Well, a powerful spring storm system is bringing heavy snow and ice to the north and severe weather potential for the south today. Louisiana and Mississippi could see some strong tornadoes. So quite the storm here, a classic spring storm system where you've got enough cold air, a big snowstorm in the northern U.S., and then a severe weather outbreak potentially later today in the south. Louisiana and Mississippi is where we're looking at for the potential of severe weather. We'll run through some of the wintry weather first, all the way back into Colorado, through Minnesota, Wisconsin. Heavy snowfall totals, 6 to 12 inches plus, and counting for parts of Minnesota. Blizzard warnings along the north shore of Lake Superior, where snow will continue into tonight and tomorrow. It's rain now in southeastern Minnesota and southern Wisconsin, and then we're going to see this potential severe weather threat in the south later today. So again, just a textbook spring snowstorm. This is additional snowfall. So northeastern Minnesota today, back into Nebraska, 6 to 12 plus inches of snow on top of what they've already seen. So we're gonna get some totals coming out of northeastern Minnesota and along the North Shore that are gonna come in at 1.5 to 2 feet plus potentially. And then maybe even a little ice tonight. Some light freezing rain or drizzle is possible. It all depends specifically on those temperatures as they transition from the warmer to colder side of the storm system. But a lot of precipitation too across the south and all the way up into Wisconsin and Minnesota, and many of these areas are in dire need of moisture. So this is a really great system as far as bringing some relief potentially to some drought conditions. But we have an enhanced risk. Level 3 out of 5 of severe weather today, Louisiana into Mississippi. And in particular, we're looking at a tornado and wind threat. We have an enhanced area that's 10% hatched area, means a 10% chance of significant tornadoes within that hatched area, within anywhere in that region. And same thing with the wind risk. 30% risk of high wind gusts out of this too. So we have ongoing thunderstorm activity that's going to be fueled by higher dew points and more energy out ahead of that line as it moves east. And there is a hail threat, but relatively minor. We're really looking at a tornado and wind threat today, southeastern Arkansas into Louisiana and Mississippi on the warm, humid side of things. It's not so bad there yet, but dew points are going to increase ahead of the cold front. You can really see the difference in dew point temperatures. By evening, we're going to see dew points near 70, so a very soupy, humid air mass, which will help lead to ample instability. And of course, we measure that as convective available potential energy, CAPE. Those values, not off the charts, but high enough. It doesn't have to be 3,000 joules to produce tornadoes. You just need enough instability to get those storms developing. And in particular, some of the components to organize those storms. We're going to have jet stream, strong jet moving across Texas into Arkansas and Louisiana, and that will help set the stage for shear winds that are moving in different directions or in the same direction at different speeds to help rotate those storms and organize those. And we'll have plenty of that across Louisiana, Mississippi later today. So the significant tornado parameter reflects that instability and shear, and it is pretty high here across eastern Louisiana and western Mississippi for later in the day today. So again, we'll have those ongoing thunderstorms, but then more storms that will fuel along that line, along that cold front later this afternoon into the evening, and then that will continue across Mississippi and the Gulf states overnight tonight. The updraft helicity tracks, kind of a measure of tracking, at least in what one particular model thinks, where those updrafts will be the strongest updrafts, and it lines up right with where the Storm Prediction Center has that enhanced risk of severe weather. So potential significant tornado threat later today, Monday, into Louisiana and Mississippi.